outside warm today. What we're going to do, we're revisiting Pat McGrath's Subversive palette. It's been a little bit since we've been here with her. This is what it looks like. I'm excited. I'm trying to think of like what have I not done with it, because I don't want to like redo a look that I've already done. But this is what we're working with today. We're going to be using the Made by Mitchell products that Janessa sent me. Hey Janet, which is the curve case, which is creams. She also sent me a liquid blush from them. And after we powder down and we set the face, we're going to go in with this just to add a little bit more color back, because the powder does dim stuff down just a tad bit. And we're also going to use this from Made by Mitchell just to give us a little bit of glow. So those are the products that we're going to be using. I'm going to wipe off my screen because I'm seeing that little hazy thing going on. Excuse me. Is this content? So hopefully that'll do it. I did my homework, one of the homework assignments, because for module 2 we have to do 4. So I did a scar, and I'm thinking, not a scar, a bruise. And so I'm thinking she might have me redo it. Hey Garfield, how are you? And so I'm thinking she's going to have me redo it. We'll see. It's not time to turn it in yet, because I also have to do a scar, a cut, and a gunshot wound, and send them in all at the same time. So hopefully she'll be satisfied with it, because it didn't say this what stage of a bruise it needed to be. Is it brand new? Is it 3 days old? Is it a week old? That type of thing. And so hopefully it'll be acceptable. And if I have to redo it, that's fine too. No, it's for a class. I had to do a bruise for I recently started a special effects makeup class. And so I'm glad it looks real to you. Hopefully my tutor will think so too. It was fun to do. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm hanging out with your sister tomorrow. Then I'm gonna hang out with my friends Tuesday. A lot going on. But that sounds like fun though. That's the good type of busy stuff. That sounds like fun. So today, Pat McGrath, I'm gonna do the intro while we're doing something. Yo, I'm trying to get a balance between fitting it in. Anyway, so hello again and welcome. This is the Beauty Bio, the highlighter concentrate. Hello again and welcome. Did I just spit? My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. Knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part of the crazy troll nation is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video you're watching. I'm here to let you know you can use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. 2 things about me. I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. And the other thing is that there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat that likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch. I try to be aware of him to say excuse me. And he does have a range of sounds that he makes. I hang out with him because, oh boy, happy early birthday. I'm not messing with the chat thing, so hopefully if people are, as they come in, they chat, that I will see what they're doing. I want to do a dollop. Did you know that came up like 3 times? All of your stuff are coming through like at least twice. Garfield. Is that you doing that, or is YouTube just acting up? We're going to take the Real Techniques number 2 10 brush. I'm going to put a little bit under here. So that's what we're going to do for that. Then we're going to take our Prime Prometics. I'm going to take 2 other ones. And we're going to put the red under eye brightening corrector from Prime Cosmetics. We're going to put that underneath our nose. I'm just going to tap that lightly. This would be a good bruise color for real too. Haven't seen skinny. It has been a while, and sometimes, like now, I think of skinny. But yeah, it has been a while. It has been a while. We're going to, do we want to use the other side of the brush? We're going to go ahead and use the other side of the brush for their orange one, and we're going to put this under our eye. Yeah, it has been a while since Skinny has been here. The last time they were here and they spoke, because they could be here not saying anything and we would never know. But the last time that they were in here and they spoke was when I was doing their request. I don't know their gender. I was doing their member request, and they did speak up like once or twice, and then they didn't. And at that time, the membership had lapsed, and so I thought maybe they didn't want to comment because then we'll know that they're not a member anymore. I don't know, but that's what my thought was, or they could just not be here anymore. Hey, Janessa. Janessa, I'm hoping my tutor likes this. This is a bruise that I created for the very first homework assignment. And so I'm hoping to her it looks realistic enough where she won't have me redo it. But I kind of feel like I'm going to have to redo it. We'll see. So now we're going to take the Natasha Denona NY11. I did spray the Mayron Barrier Spray on it because I used the cream palette and I didn't want to forget and like rub something and it smears off. So we're going to take a clean brush and we're going to blend this out under here first. Actually, this had the primer on it because I can feel it because it feels cool. Hey Josie, how are you? Y'all, earlier today, yesterday and today I had a Macari sale, and I always try to mail out within 24 hours. And so I kept forgetting to use Stay a While, that Dime Beauty. I really like how that looks. The Dime Beauty perfume that they sent me. So I held my shirt out before I put it on, and I sprayed maybe like, here's the shirt and here's the spray. And I sprayed 2 spritzes on the shirt. And so I'm driving to the post office and I'm rapping along to my little old school hip hop. And I'm just like, how come I'm having trouble catching my breath? I'm like, what's going on? And then my eyes started burning. And I kept catching a whiff of musk. Hey, Michelle. And I'm just like, that damn fragrance. So even though it was 90 degrees outside and I had the AC on in the car, I rode back home with the windows down. And when I got home, I had to use my inhaler because it was affecting my breathing. And I'm just like, this. And so that is this that I had talked about before. Is Amber Gourmand Fragrance Family. Toasted pistachio, these are the top notes. Toasted pistachio, white chocolate, and cashmere musk. When I was smelling it from the nozzle, I was smelling some of the pistachio, but spraying this on my shirt, I just kept getting musk. Like a man you might pass in like the grocery store or something. And yes, I had to use my inhaler when I got home because I didn't have it with me, but I was really having trouble breathing. So I'm gonna have to find a home for that. It is too strong for me. I do think Grace likes it, but because there's so much in there, I mean, that would be like a lot for her to still have. Did I spray this on here just now? We're gonna put a little bit more. And so hopefully, excuse me, the Fenty Foundation Shade 335. So hopefully she thinks it's acceptable, my tutor. But it won't be sent in until I do the other 3. Because it was 2 lessons on bruises, and then it's like 2 lessons on scars, a lesson on cut, and a lesson on, this is the Real Techniques number 200 on a gunshot wound. And then it has the homework, and the homework is to do one of all of those things. And so I said, well, after the lessons, that's when I'll do it, and then I'll move on to the next one. The next one I believe is a scar. So this is that. I'm gonna smash that together, trying to get more things away. It affected my asthma. So I'm glad I didn't spray it on my body. I forgot to do my brows. 2 sprays like this far away, like onto my shirt. And I went to the post office, and I'm like, why am I having trouble breathing? 90 degrees outside. I had my windows down, not all the way down, but I did have the AC on too. But I'm like, this is no bueno para mí, mi amigo, not at all. And they sent that to me. And they sent me 7 summers. Smelling 7 summers from the nodule. I mean, just holding it up and smelling it without spraying it. I do like how it smells. It is a lighter scent than this one. And I remember when I kept sniffing this one, I was like, okay, this is kind of strong. Like, this is kind of strong. And so I wanted to try that one first. And it is too strong for my sinuses. And so I'm trying to think of who might like it so I can send it. Because I don't want to sell it because they sent it to me for free. You know what I mean? But we'll see. And it did smell like it would be some dude I passed by in the grocery store. Like, all I smelled was the musk. All I smelled was just musk. And I'm just like, this, like, I don't know about this one. We're going to do the brows really quick. Yeah, so I am glad I finally remembered to use it. Because I remember saying before, you know, I'll put it on before I go out. And I've been out quite a few times since I said that, but I kept forgetting to try it. And then I said, well, let me put it in my bathroom because I remember it. And I still kept forgetting. And today I remembered. But yeah, that's a no. That's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. It's too strong for me. Hi, morning. Oh, thank you for the makeup brush. I appreciate that. Thank you. So we're using Pat McGrath Subversive palette today. Yesterday I scheduled 4 lives. I still don't have any videos scheduled. I don't have any videos done. I'm trying to find a balance to do the coursework, to go through the lessons and then do the homework, and then also still, you know, be here. So I did get up earlier than usual today. Went to the post office, came back, had breakfast, did this assignment, and then before I knew it, it was time to come here. And so I haven't actually done. Yeah, she is. Grace got her hooked. You walk into a room, and I'm like, oh, Ryan's been here. Yeah, because certain people do wear like the same thing, and it's like, yeah, you know that's it. That reminds me of a scene from A Family That Prays. Dude was cheating on the wife with somebody that worked in the office with him. And one day the husband came home and he went to hug the wife and she hugged him and then she went, and I don't know, she must have tensed up or something. Well, it was acting, so we don't know what she did, but he was like, oh, I'm gonna go freshen up real quick. I'll be back down for dinner or something. Because she had smelled it on him. And so she had went to the office one day and they were finishing up a meeting, and when the lady walked past the wife, she went, and she was like, so and so, very nice fragrance you're wearing. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, so some people, yeah, they have their signature scent, and even if they mix scents, mix fragrances to make their signature scent, they'll wear the same thing every single friggin' time. But yeah, she picked up on that. She was like, the girl walked by and she went, the wife was looking. She said, something smells familiar. I smelled that smell of my husband the other day. What? Thank you, Janet, for the sparkles. Even if, I will say this, this class is going to challenge me seriously, because creative makeup, it is what you make it. Right? If they say they want a certain thing, if they say they want like a week-old scar, that's what you do. Don't do a 2-day-old scar. You got to do a week-old scar. And they do look different. And so it's going to teach me how to be precise with certain things that I'm doing. The troll play looks, they are what you make them. I love doing them. But I can't just do my own thing with this. You know what I mean? And so that's what's taking some mental energy for me to be like, okay, yeah, I really need to do this. And even the other 2 courses, you know, I know how to put on makeup. It was just learning how to put it on the way they wanted me to put it on. Yeah, so I already am kind of like, the fuck did I do? Oh my gosh. So anyway, I did purchase another kit. Y'all, Graftobian. I kept saying Graftopian. Graftopian. It's a B. It's Graftobian. They have a trauma kit, a special effects trauma kit, and it's $280. It was on sale for half off, so it was $139, and then they had a 20% off code, so it came down to $111. And so I purchased that because that has some things that the Mayron kit doesn't. The Mayron kit does come with the course if you pay for the course, but then they also have some Graftobian stuff that's not in the Mayron kit. And so there's a few things that's an overlap. But I said, you know what? If this is what I'm gonna do, it's going to get used eventually. But when that comes in, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna be a video or a live stream showing y'all the kits. We'll see when that one gets here. I want to leave the browse like this. Hey, Chloe Andrews. It does, and I've always said Graftopian. And then when I was looking at the website, it's a B, and I'm like, oh, Graftopian. And then I watched a video of a guy doing, showing what's in the kit, what's in the special effects trauma kit. And he was like, Graftobian, and that's how it's spelled. So I'm like, damn, I've been saying it wrong like all this time. Damn. We're going to use this palette, and we're going to take out more of the Real Techniques. I moved the one for the primer that we use under here because we're going to use this when we prime the eyes. And so we have 4 of these. Let's see what we're going to do. And so we didn't powder down yet. Yeah, I like Graftopian better too. Graftobian sounds, I don't know. But maybe I might just be used to saying it wrong. So, we're going to, I haven't used this in a while, y'all. This is toned up. We're going to take this one. And we're going to use this as our contour. I'm going to put this. I dipped into this one, excuse me for smacking. I meant to do that one. So let's just go ahead and then come over here with this shade. And since we did that by accident, let's put a little over here and then go back to the darker one. Does anyone, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. I done burned through my exemptions. I think I have 2 left. I'm just like, this is insane. We're not counting kits for the class because it's products for the class, and I didn't anticipate this popping up when it did. But, and me and my accountability partner did talk about it because I'm just like, but it was like, okay, if you need it. And some stuff I could have, like one of the lessons, they teach you how to make prosthetics. And watching Glow Up, some of them do make their own prosthetics. But it's nice to have it though. And even with making a bruise, Mayron has a bruise wheel, Graftobian has a bruise wheel, but she said it's good to know how to make the colors you need because, okay, what if you go on set, right, and the scene for the bruise isn't for like next week, and you walk in and they're like, oh, we switched it around, we're going to do such and such scene today, we need you to do a 2-week-old bruise, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't bring my bruise wheel. And so they were like, it's still good to know like how to actually make the colors. And so I did actually mix the colors. So now we're going to take this shade up here, which is a Shy Boy, and I like how on the back they have the name of it and the color. And so this pink one, that is Sweet Cheeks, that's this one, and I love how they do that. So a Shy Boy, this one, I put Lotus in my McGrath store and it sold in like a day. And I had the labels in it, and so I said, when I did the note, I said, I hope you don't mind that there's labels in there, you can't easily pull it off. So instead of looking on the back to see what the names of the shadows are, I put the name of the shadow, and then I put BL, you know, for blush, BR for bronzer, and I put that in the note, like what the letters symbolized. And I think they're going to like it, and they're probably thinking why they didn't do this sooner for their own stuff. We are going to blend this down. We're going to take Sweet Cheeks. YouTube is doing something else, y'all, because my numbers are looking really different. Excuse me, lately. And so I don't know if it's, I was wondering if it was because I put the chat for you have to be subscribed. And I did put for any duration. So they can subscribe and just go ahead and comment. But even during the live, like I get more views for the lives after the fact. And so I kind of don't think that it's because I put that like that. But we don't know. So we're going to take this brush and we're just going to just pounce it just to get a blend for everything. This looks like one of those Neapolitan ice cream sandwiches. That first color, is that this one? No, that's not that one. Where's the darker one? Let's just use this one. So we're going to go back into toned up and we're going to put this along our jaw line. Under here. Do you notice trends? No. Like because it's summer, the views go. Now, you know what? I've never thought about it, honestly. I do know they say like around Christmas is like the gets the highest views, and that's why a lot of people do Vlogmas, and they do a video every day for whatever length of time, because a lot of places are having sales, and so you know they're getting stuff, they're doing Vlogmas, and people are buying more stuff. But the way the economy is now, though, like I don't know what the hell gonna happen. We're gonna use that same brush, which may or may not be a good idea because it has those other colors on it from when we tapped up here. But we're just gonna blend that. Actually, we're gonna go in circular motions. Yeah, I never thought of it. I do know there was a time like 8 months ago, like my video views just tanked. But then across the board, like a lot of other people were complaining about the same thing too. And then I've been seeing videos of how YouTube isn't, you know, pushing people's videos, or not that they're not pushing them, but they're sending them to people who are not your target demographic. And I think Janessa talked about that one time too. Like they were actually recently, she was saying how, you know, she'll subscribe to somebody and then she won't get their videos recommended to them anymore. YouTube recommends like people she's not subscribed to. And so I'm thinking it's just something that YouTube is doing. And also, when the economy started tanking, a lot of people stopped having interest in makeup because they were like, I need to pay bills, I need to buy gas, I need to buy diapers. You know, I'm hoping I don't get fired from my job. And so like priorities shifted. And that was a part of it because across the board, people were like, my channel sucks right now. We're going to take a little, no, do we still want to take that one? We're going to take this one. This one is Teddy Bear. And bear is spelled B-A-R-E. So we're just going to just take a little bit. Wow, that's barely showing up. Okay, Teddy Bear. And during COVID, you know, views changed because people weren't wearing makeup because of, you know, wearing the mask. And so eye makeup became popular because you look at somebody, that's all you can see is their eye makeup. And so like things like that, yeah, something major happens in the world. There is definitely a shift that I noticed. But just between seasons, I haven't really noticed. I know you have more time some days, more than others to watch. And depending on how busy it is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're below. Yeah, that's right. That's true, Alexandra. Because lately I've been having trouble keeping up on the people that I even watch. Like it's just hard to stay caught up. And now that I'm in this program, like that's taking up time too. And so I'm struggling. I'm struggling, y'all. I'm trying to find a balance because I don't want to not do lives a few times a week. I just don't because I love hanging out with y'all. We're going to close this up. We're going to take the liquid blush. Yeah, we've been. Well, you're in an expensive state. You're in an expensive state. Our highest, I'll say at BJ's because that's where I get gas because they're cheaper than anywhere else. I think the highest I paid was it over 4? I think it might have been like 402 or something like that. And I was like, what the hell? Or it might have been 410. This case was medium. I apologize, I didn't say that. The curved case in medium. This is liquid blusher, as he calls it, and this shade is, I don't know what the shade is. This is liquid blusher. Do you have a shade? It's on the bottom. This is a shy boy. And what was I saying? I tend to not really use a lot of cream products. I use more for other people than myself. Do the gifts from YouTube actually go to you, the money? Sorry, just curious how much. YouTube takes 30% across the board. From memberships, if somebody does a super chat, YouTube takes 10%, 30% across the board. Our AdSense, memberships, super chats, they take 30% off the top. This is a pretty cheap situation, and it all blends really well. So now I think, excuse me for smacking, now I think BJ's is down to like I think it's like 350 something. And it's not that much different than other places, except Wawa. Wawa, they still want like 4 or something. I'm like, y'all better take your asses to BJ's and get you a membership. We're going to powder down later. Yeah, 30%. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, they do. And when I first, before I was monetized, I had saw someone's channel, and we're going to put on the blue one, Inner Realms. This is, both of these are Hung Vango Beauty eyeliners. The blue is personal preference. We're going to put this on the Inner Realms, and we're going to put one eye at a time on lower lash line. And I was watching somebody's video. They were not monetized either. And I saw an ad pop up. And this is before I got YouTube Premium, so I don't see ads. And if you have YouTube Premium, which I do highly recommend because you won't see ads, but if the person is monetized, they'll still get paid for the ads that would have showed. I am not excited. Janessa, he's still the love of my life, but I'm just kind of over it. I'm not interested at all. But he's still the love of my life. We're going to put this on Inner Realms. And what is I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Something with gas, and then something else. Shoot, I would rather mail you. Oh, that's why a lot of people put their Cash App and their PayPal in their description box. And I do have it in my description box. Because some people are like, I want you to get all the money I send you. And so I do have those other methods in my description box for those who do want to just send that way. And there are some people once in a while that will do that. But that's why you'll see that in people's description boxes, because there are some people like, I want to send you, I want to further support your channel, but I want you to get everything I send. If I send you $20, I want you to get $20, not $14 or whatever 20 minus 30% is. Oh, so this person, I was watching somebody's video, and this was over a year ago. They were not monetized, and I saw an ad pop up. And I was like, they're not monetized. Why are they showing ads? Hi, Amal. How are you? And I was venting to someone else at that time. And I'm like, this person's not monetized, and YouTube is showing ads. I'm like, that's not right, because they're not making any money off of it. And what this person said to me, it changed my perspective. Like, seriously. They said they didn't have a problem with it because... And it stuck with me, and y'all know I be forgetting what day of the week it is. So for something to stick in my brain, it's just like, oh shit, that's really kind of deep. She said, YouTube gives us this platform to use for free. So if they want to place ads and make some money, they can place ads and make some money. And that changed my perspective. And also when people say, never, accept product to do a video unless they're going to pay you. I'm like, but you do content anyway. You would have bought the palette and did a video anyway. So now why is it a big deal because you're monetized that you're not going to, accept PR? And they do a video. And a lot of places don't require to do videos. Not the places that contact me anyway. But you do Cash App. I don't know if my Cash App is in there, but I do have Cash App too. I'm on an impromptu no-buy until my bonus comes in, says Janessa. But next time I decide to try foundation, it will be that one for sure. Mail works too. Snail mail. I don't know if my Cash App is in there. Should I put my Cash? I don't know. I do know my PayPal is in there. I'll have to look and see. You know what? I do think my Cash App is in there, but don't quote me on that. And so that changed my perspective because it was makeup channels. When people buy stuff, they do first impressions, they do reviews, and they were like, don't accept free product without them paying you like financially. And I'm like, but you do videos anyway. And it took me years to get monetized. So am I going to be like now, oh, well, they got to pay me to do content. I've been doing content for how many years without being monetized? You know what I'm saying? So what's the big deal now? You know what I mean? And so I was just like, okay, people, just calm down, because how many years did you do content without being monetized? And now that you are, it's this big deal that they say, well, can we just send you this? And they don't send you money. But, you know, to each his own, because people have their own perspectives. Alexandria says, I agree to an extent. I am sure YouTube makes plenty of money to support the free content. Yeah, the free content people put out. But I never understood people refusing to review product without payments. Right, because from my experience, people want to hear first impressions and reviews from people that are not, as they say, incentivized. Oh, I received this, so I'm going to give a good review. I received this, I'm not going to say nothing bad about it. That's why sometimes people don't trust reviews online, because if it says incentivized or sent by the brand, people skip it because all of them are like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Then yeah, a lot of people make money from their reviews. I had, what am I looking for? Eyeshadow primer. I had someone, because I was talking about something I had got that, you know, it just wasn't my thing. And y'all know I always say it's a preference thing. And if I don't like something, you know, I'll say why I don't like something. So I'm not just like, oh, this is garbage and like that. It's just like, well, why is it garbage? Like, what do you mean? And Janessa says she disagrees. They provide it for free, but not out of the kindness of their heart. I agree with that, because it is a money machine. Let me see. Free content people put out. Wait a minute, let me start over. I agree to an extent. Wait. That's Alexandria. Where's Janessa? Janessa says, see, I disagree. They provide it for free, but not out of the kindness of their heart. They do it to make money. If I'm not worthy to get money for ads, then don't show an ad. Yeah. And that's why I was upset, but it did change my thinking on that, because before I was monetized, I was going to do the content anyway. So, right, want a guaranteed video, then pay for a video. Yeah. And it was just random videos that they were just putting ads on like out of nowhere. And I think it was only that one time that I saw that she had ads on her video. But I was just like, wait a minute, she's not monetized. Like, well, how do you do that? So it wasn't a regular thing from the people that I watched. I'm taking out some V27s, older one, black handle, angled bristles. The older one, silver handle, not angled bristles. And so I was just like, And also that mad dash to get monetized. Unless you're a reaction channel. This is no, it's not, Sigma E45. Unless you're a drama channel or a reaction channel, you're not going to get monetized and make enough to pay your rent like right away. Hey Grace, you're just not. And so when people are pushing for it, I'm just like, you ain't gonna be any type of wealthy. Your tax bracket is not gonna change when you get monetized. And the people who do like really well, they've been doing this 20, 25 years. And so they built that up over time. And I'm talking about the makeup community, not the reaction channel, the gossip channels, because they just be making money like crazy. Because people want to be nosy. That is true, Janessa, says Alexandria. But when you know it is biased, if it has to be approved by the brand. Yes. Yes. That was my issue with OMA, and I talked to the members about that, but y'all know I'm going to still tell y'all how I feel. I'm going to find a way. Still let y'all know. I think it would be harder to review if you didn't pay for it. I'm not saying people cannot be impartial, but if you don't feel the possible regret of the purchase. That depends on the brand, and I tend to feel like, and this is only based on my experience with Lorah.PhD. Notoriously Morbid. This is based on my history with them, and particularly the Nightmare palette. When I did the swatch party, and which was also my first impressions, like 2 of those shades were hard pan, and I was talking about it. But then I did buy that palette though. But anyway, I was saying how 2 of the shades are hard pan. I didn't email the brand. I didn't say anything like directly to the brand. The owner of the brand emailed me. It was like, I saw your video, da da da, and they gave me some money back for it. I didn't ask for nothing, and so that was something I purchased. And I do think some other brands would have just left it like that. I was shocked when she emailed me, and she's like, "We're gonna put some money back into, blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh damn, thank you." Where other brands, they can send you something and it's shit, and it's just like, And not that it was shit, but I'm thinking of one of those Nomad palettes. Every friggin' metallic was hard pan. I forget what palette it was, and a lot of people were saying the same thing. They're like, all of these, shimmers in here, these metallics, they're hard pan. But the people who received it in PR, they downplayed it. Well, you can just use a spoolie and scrape it off and still use it. I was like, no. Yes, you can work on a hard pan, but if it's a brand new palette, and y'all know I don't use my fingers for my makeup, so there's no oils in there, why are you hard pan? Why? And so I did notice a difference with that. People who bought it were like, yeah, these are hard pan, it's not enjoyable. You can work around it, but why should you have to? It's a brand new palette. And the people who received NPR was like, well, it's not the worst thing in the world, da da da. And so, yeah. So it just depends on the person. And it also depends on the brand. Like, do they want, like, for real, authentic first impressions, or do they just want you to say good things so people keep buying a product that might be a shitty product? And, I'm not built that way to tell y'all, oh man, this is great if it really sucks. Because y'all know me. I'm not going to say how I feel. I think it depends on the person, such Janessa, but I agree that it's different to talk about something you paid for versus something you didn't. When it's my own money, I'm going to be less forgiving than some other things. Yeah, and they sent me something, and like one of the shadows, like when I received it, I think it might have been 2 of the shadows. One in particular, when I opened it, it was already shattered. And I was like, okay. I didn't ask the brand for anything. They sent me a new one. I ain't asked them for nothing. They saw the video, they contacted me, said, we're going to send you a new one. I'm like, okay, cool. But I wasn't asking for nothing. However, what something is worth, says Janet, however, what something is worth it to me is not to someone else, so I will reserve that opinion for people who get more than PR for purchase. Yeah. So this one product from this brand, I forget what it was. And they sent it to me. And my impression was not good. And I was saying why I didn't like it. And they were seeing me trying to use it, yada, yada, yada. And somebody commented that if they received the product, or even if they purchased the product, they wouldn't say what they didn't like about it because they didn't want to hurt the company's money. I'm like, so wait a minute. The company's going to make money. Thank you for the hearts. A company's going to make money, period. Because that's what the purpose of a company is, unless it's a non-profit, but then they still need money to run and pay their staff and overhead and all that. But so I'm like, okay, so you don't want to hurt the company's money by buying a shit product, or they send you a shit product, and you don't want to say anything because you don't want to hurt the company's money, but you're going to use this and show this on your channel, hoping that people buy it because you have a code, knowing that it's a shit product. So you rather mess up the regular consumer beauty enthusiast money versus the company. I'm like, that's on backward. That's backward thinking to me. So you care more about this company than your fellow beauty enthusiasts that watch your videos. I'm like, that's some backwards ass shit. And some people say if they don't like something, they just won't do a review. Shit, I will do a review. I'll say what I like and I'll say what I don't, because I want people to make an informed decision on what they're purchasing. True, Jen, like people say don't waste your money. Yeah, but I want to know the why. If somebody says, oh, I don't like this, okay, why don't you like it? Is it preference? Is it the formula? Is it the color? Like what? And that's why I always say why I like it or I don't like it. But some people just like, oh, don't bother, this is trash. But why do you say it's trash? It might just be preference. Maybe they didn't like the undertone of the ballad or whatever. However, when something's written, yeah, that would make the person, what did I say? Show? Do you want to say shit? We're going to take this top shade, Skin Show Fever. I'm thinking I want to do something. I want to, what do I want to do? I'm going to say Skin Show Fever. And so I was like, that's bad. To me, that was backwards. You care more about the company making money versus somebody working for money to buy a product. I thought that was backwards as hell. But I have heard that some people are like, if I don't like it, I just won't leave a review. I like it when people leave bad reviews, especially if it's skincare. If they're like, oh, I use it and then my face broke out, oh, hell no. And I'm like, okay, that's just that one person. But if I'm reading like 15, 20 reviews and they're like, my face was irritated, my skin turned red, my face broke out, I'm like, I ain't buying that because that would be me. That would be me. And if nobody wanted to say they had a bad reaction, I would be like, oh, this is a great product. This is like 4.8 stars or whatever. And I'll buy it and then my face is on fire. And that's why even when in videos, I'm like, let's help each other out and share your experiences. Like, oh, let's help each other out. Some people make videos, hey, Mark. Chilling to your music to be a friend loop. Okay. And that's why I'll say stuff like, you know, leave your thoughts and help each other out. So they're not just hearing what I say, but what y'all might say. I do want to do something different. We're going to go back to that first shade. We're going to do our weird halo eye again. And we're going to put this out here, which isn't going to show up much because it's a really light shade. Maybe we'll top it later. I don't know. So we're just going to put this over here. Wow, like that is not over there. It's barely any in the corner. I'm going to tilt this fan over here because it's making my eye tear on this side. And so it can be a touchy subject. And there's some people, like if you read the comment section, you know, somebody like Morgan Turner or Alicia Archer, people would be like, I was waiting for your review. Like it could be 25, 45 videos of a new product. And they're like, I was waiting for yours because they trust them. And that's the thing. Like if I'm always saying something's great and it's really a shitty product and I know it's a shitty product, people are going to stop watching me. They're like, this bitch lying again. Again. You know what I mean? So say how you feel. I have a cousin that does that, Mark. He sits in his van and it'll be like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. He'll just start sending me video links off of YouTube, and then he'll send a text saying, I'm just listening to music. I'm like, yeah, cousin, because that's what you do. So he'll just be listening to music and he'll be sending me video links. And it's usually something like maybe blues music or jazz music, or just something old school, like Diana Ross music or something like that. But yeah, he listens to music a lot. I'm just listening to music. And I'm thinking, you don't got to tell me that because I already know that by now. And he's been doing that for years. He'll just send me links to songs, and I do listen to them. We're going to take black metal, this one down here, and we're going to put that here. And I'm going to keep this one to myself. Yeah. Also, when it comes to those larger channels, feels like something's trying to fall into his eye. I remember one of Morgan Turner's videos. I forget what palette it was, and I don't remember if she purchased it or if it was sent to her. I really don't remember. And she was like, oh, these are like the best, you know, shimmers I've ever encountered and blah, blah, blah. And somebody commented, if you really want to have good shimmers, you know, check out indie brands. And I said to myself, Morgan ain't going to do that. And I'm going to tell you why Morgan ain't going to do that. Because that's not evergreen content. These indie brands come out with stuff and it's real nice, but is that video going to be valid in 6 months when that brand no longer makes that palette? whether you have an affiliate code or not. And I'm saying she ain't gonna do that. Like, why? And not to say push something, but why keep doing content with something and people can't buy it? And so that's another thing too. That was what I got out of that question or that statement when they said you should try this. And to myself, I'm like, she ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna bring this all the way down because that just looks weird. Because it just looks like, yeah, I don't like how that's looking. So we're gonna cover up that shade you put there, which was Skin Show Fever. And that's the thing too. And even Alicia Archer, I don't think she does a lot of indie brands either. And what they call evergreen content is when you can do content and it's always going to be there, it's always going to be valid, it's always going to be relevant. That's what they call evergreen content. And so a lot of these indie brands, the majority of the indie brands is not evergreen content because down the road they don't sell that palette no more. You can't get that palette no more. The brand might have closed down during, that tariff bullshit. So they're and their channel is more or less their business. I do know Alicia does work. Morgan, this is her job. She does this full time. This is her job. She has a degree for teaching. She's going to be a teacher. And she kept getting encouragement from other students. She did a video on this, so I am not making this up. And she was saying, and it was a small community, not a community college, it was a small college, not a community college, but it was a small college. She said everybody knew everybody, people liked her makeup, and if they had, prom coming up, or if they had a wedding to go to, like her friends would ask her, to do her makeup, or her friends would send their friends to say, let Morgan do your makeup. And so they were telling her, you should do a channel, you should do a YouTube channel. And eventually she did. And so I think she started with a fan base, so to speak, because she said everybody on campus knew everybody. And if they're telling you start this channel, yeah, they're going to come with you when you start this channel. You know what I mean? And so I forget if she actually did teach for a while or not, but I do know she made YouTube her job, and she will say YouTube is my job. So she's living, and she is married. She just had a baby recently, so she is living off of YouTube. And she did a video on how she allocates her money, how she budgets, because you don't know from 1 month to 1 month what you're going to make. And so she went through a whole video, which was very interesting and very enlightening, of like how she budgets and like what money goes where. And it was very good. It was a very good video. Hey Tanya, excuse me. Why do you hate YouTube, Tanya? What did it do to you? Oh, because you gave sent you the notification late? Is that why? And you be the only one, Tanya, and you'll come in like 30 minutes later, like, I just got the notification. I'm just like, what? Tanya, but we come on 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's what I'm not understanding. You waiting for the notification, knowing if it's past 8 o'clock, we here. So we are going to take, I'm going to take this shade here. This shade is Lazarus. You had a hard time connecting to my lives. What? Okay, wait. Allison, is that you? Retro Toy Princess, you're Allison, right? Did I get it right? Look, I'm staring at the comments waiting for her to say yes or no. Okay, so Janice says hi, Allison. Okay, so you are Allison. Okay. Because I'm like, I might be wrong. So we're taking Lazarus, this shade here. Hey, Alexandria. Because I wanted to pride myself on remembering your name, and then I thought I might be wrong. So let me not get too excited. That's why I was like, is that you? Who out there? Mobile. That does not even say mobile. I don't know what should we call you? Because I can't even read that. But, it's a no for now because I don't know you. 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 I don't know Somebody yesterday, we've been, messaging back and forth, and they messaged me saying, "Do you think we would make a good couple?" And y'all know I have this thing for honesty, right? And but I didn't. And sometimes it can sound cruel, and I did not want to sound cruel. And I wrote back, "I don't know if I think we would make a good couple because I don't know you. We might meet in person and can't stand being around each other, or we could meet and we click and then build a friendship and proceed from there." And he wrote back, "Thank you." And I'm like, "Oh shit, he pissed off or he got his feelings hurt." But then he messaged me back, "How's your day going?" I'm like, "Oh damn." But I'm like, "We don't know." I'm like, I don't know because I don't know you. We haven't even met in person yet. I'm just like, I'm not understanding what your words are. If the spelling is throwing me off, and I do speak Ebonics, if that's what you're speaking. It's, I don't know what this is. Like something, if you don't mind, though. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry. Now we're going to take. Oh, that's if you don't mind, though. Oh, okay. This is Mothership number 3, Subversive. And I cut the paper that had the name on it because it don't fit in here. So I cut it so it'll fit in here so I can see what the colors are. So this is number 3. This was what she called her avant-garde palette. And I really like it because, like, look at the color story. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to take this one, Blitz Amethyst. This, and it is a dual chrome. So you see that it's purple and then it's blue. I am so sorry, dude. I'm like, I don't know what is going on. Do we want to put this? We're going to put this here. I don't want to take it too far in because I have trouble, I realize. How I say I like a strip of light down the middle is always off center, the way I do it. So where do we put that? We put that here. So we're just going to lightly overlap black metal. Take this a little further over. There's a mini. I saw it somewhere. I don't know if it was a thumbnail or something. Your birthday is on the 29th. My born day is December 15. Happy early birthday. What are you going to do to celebrate? And now we're going to take Night Creature, this shade right here. And we're going to put that right here. So we're doing a funky in a good way type of look. Oh, that's pretty. Sorry for yelling. I get excited when things work out nice. Aw, you're special. My. I have it on, have to be a subscriber to comment. But then if somebody puts like a wacky comment, I'm just like, did they really subscribe just to say that? Or did it not take effect that they have to be subscribed? I have been, my subscriber count has been going down lately. I don't know why. I like this. This is different. I like it. You'll probably be doing an assignment. I'm still in school. Oh, for your homework, for your birthday. I'm in school again too. Tanya, you said you should have held out. Did you buy it already? But you said it's coming. It's not here yet. Oh, you should have held out from buying. What was the name of that palette? The Larger Bloom. Is that the one you just recently got? Tanya is. I'm gonna tell your business. Tanya is partially, almost, not quite there and not quite sure if she's going to do a low buy or a no buy. I really like this. I'm working on her, y'all. I'm working on her. With a lot of grace and a lot of love. The economy is shit right now. So it's just like, oof. I did this to bring it up higher because one side seemed to have more space than the other side. Did they write the same thing? Or is that just there? You're gonna sign yourself at your birthday when you graduate. Okay. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And that palette does not show up that well on you. There is something in my eyelash. Like, what are you? You can do no buy on palettes for sure. Are you committing to that right now, though? Yeah. In front of witnesses. And what's your time frame? Because you'll say for right now, and then next week you'll be like, okay, I'm done. I'm supposed to board palettes. We're going to take out all 4 of our Fenty 220s. Are we going to use all 4 of them? I don't know. Or very low buy. I'm waffling already. See, time, you just gotta commit, girl. You just gotta commit. I think I want to finish the face before I do the lower lash line. And I did not finish the face because of the creams. I did not finish the face because I'm sweating. I've been keeping my AC on a certain number, but I do think for live streams I'm gonna have to lower that number just for like the hour or so that I'm sitting here. Where? Oh goodness. So we have tonight's video we scheduled, and we scheduled our lives for next week. Some of them, 2 more of the lives are just me doing a look. That program is taking mental energy that I didn't think it was going to take. And so that factors into, you know, how many creative role play looks am I going to do, because I do be really tired afterwards. But it's a good tired. It's like you did a hard day at work and everything turned out really good. So it feels good. I'm just tired afterwards. And I know I'm gonna need energy for this class. And so the next 2 looks I think are just regular looks. We're gonna be doing, I did schedule them already. So they're already on my live tab. Might have showed up in your feed, I don't know. So we're gonna be using the Mothership 10 next, and then Mary Mean one from Notoriously Morbid. And then we're doing a look that a member requested. We're gonna be doing the Corpse Bride. For that one, if it's warm out, I will turn my AC down because we're probably going to be using cream pinks, and that's just going to like just drip off my face. That would be your hardest part, Times Alexandria. I would not be able to buy a palette. I like it. My thing is, my thing is increasing our debt ratio over makeup that we don't need when we know we need food, gas, pay our bills, rent, electricity, you know, all of that stuff. So that's my thing, is like if somebody's just paying cash for stuff, okay, have at it. But if you already have, you know, debt, and I'm saying this as a person that does have debt. So I'm saying that as a person that has it, and, you know, working to pay it down. Working to pay it down doesn't work if I keep shopping. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. So you're paying down this one, but you're increasing debt somewhere else. So that's my thing is, and because the economy is shit. If the economy wasn't shit right now, it would just be like, okay, whatever. But we're going to take this, and we're actually just going to use this brush for everything. No, we're not. We are not. We're going to use our Sigma face brushes as usual. Just like that. It's pretty sparkly. Yeah, I kind of got that feeling, I'm telling you. We're going to take this shade right. I kind of got that feeling. Because even if something looks like it won't work for you, or you'll even say, you know, I don't know how this is going to work for me, like, you'll still get it. And I'm like, why should you do that? But then you'll you put a base under a shadow for it to show up or something. And sometimes we just like pretty things, and we just want to have pretty things. That is understandable for sure. No judgment from me at all whatsoever. Now I'm going to take this one as a blush. I'm just going to do this entire area. And it was a challenge for me to start the perpetual low buy all those years ago. And I did a video with Blake. Her channel is Swaggy B Beauty, because she was tracking like her spending, and even though I was keeping track of like what I spent, I wasn't like doing my totals. You know, I was tracking what I was buying, but I wasn't tracking numbers. And when I started tracking the numbers, that's when it changed for me. I was just like, oh damn, oh, what the fuck? That's when it changed for me, is when I started tracking how much I was actually spending, and when I was doing the monthly updates and all of that. And we're going to take this shade here as a highlight shade, even though it's a matte. And we're going to put this up here and here. But that was the game changer for me, when I started really looking at how much I was spending. And I was just like, oh shit. And so that's when I used one of my dormant accounts for my beauty budget, and a certain amount goes in there. My Macari money goes in there. So anything related to money goes in there, and I put, you know, a certain amount in there every month. And so when I want to buy something, I look and see what's in there, and if it's enough in there, I get it, and if it's not, then I don't. And so that's, and it has helped me a lot. And so when I do purchase something makeup wise, coming out of the beauty budget, it's coming out of a bank account, so this is cash. And now we're going to take this, and I'm going to take another one of these brushes. Paying it down and buying more is not paying it down, unless you're using different credit cards. So you can pay off, you know, you can work on paying down one credit card, but if you're buying stuff on another one, you still have debt overall. I'm gonna do a little, I don't know why I'm putting this up here like it's bronzer. Yo, I am tripping. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Running my mouth. I like this cheek situation. Ooh, my nose is itching. Paying it down only works if you stop buying more stuff. Because otherwise you're just shifting where the money's going. You're paying down here, but you're paying more over here. But yeah, when I started tracking the numbers, that was a for sure game changer for me. I was just like, that's a lot of fucking money. Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray, Vital Formula. Why am I talking like that? I don't know. Yeah, but that was the game changer for me. I'm like, this is out of control. And I was going to wipe my eyes, because usually I do this before I do my eye makeup. And even and the perpetual low buy nothing full price. So look for a code, wait for a code, a sale, a discount, you know, something like that. So that helped a lot as well. But yeah, it was crazy. And I remember one year I did good, like maybe $200 to $400 a month I was spending. And then November came, and I spent like $1,000. And I remember that update, I was just like, holy Toledo, Batman. And then adding up everything I spent for that year, shit, what? And then I'm like, I could have did other stuff. I could have just been saving more so that I can travel. I could have been, you know, eating out more, because y'all know I don't cook much. Hey, Chloe, how are you? I'm not used to CCs to buy credit. Oh, okay. Awesome. You know, don't pay now, later things. Those are setups. Because I think they're counting on people going into default, because then they slam you with fees and stuff like that. So that first shade, so we're going to do the same up top that we did at the bottom. Yeah, let's try it, see what happens. So this is Black Metal, which is the second shade on the lid. We might take this one and put under our brow bone. So that's Black Metal. And we also have Black Metal out here. So this isn't going to show up underneath, how I always like how there's another color to give that triple wing effect. Because this is also Black Metal up here. I might do a red eyeliner for upper lash line. That's good to hear, Tanya. That is really good to hear. I'm going to put that brush down, take a clean one, and Night Creature, Paying more than the minimum to pay it off is what it means to me. Yeah. So where did we have this one? Oh, we have this one like right here. Like right here. So we're bringing it right here. But it's been a lot easier using a debit card, because I'm like, if it ain't in there, it ain't in there. Versus I was spending out of my daily budget before. And having a designated account for makeup, my daily working account is looking a whole lot better. Because I'm not dipping into it to buy stuff. We're going to take a clean one, and we're going to take Amethyst Blitz. No, it's not. It's Blitz Amethyst. And we're going to put that right here. Actually, we're going to take more of Night Creature. That was that reddish tone. This shade that's right here. And we're going to put that here. I think it's all kind of running together. Sometimes it beats like that. I like this up here. It's definitely a different type of color placement. I really like it. That's what I mean. Wouldn't that definition be for credit card purchases? I'm missing something. Paying more than a minimum to pay it off. Is that what you're talking about, Janet? That would be for credit cards, paying more than a minimum to pay it off? We're not going to use this one. We are going to take my favorite brush. This is Scott Barnes number 60. And we're going to take... we're not going to take this inner corner shade. We're going to take this shade. And what I usually find interesting is that when I use these palettes, I'm not all about the celestial shades. We've only used one so far, and that was this one. This is a pretty ass color that I have not found a dupe for it, no matter what I tried or what I layered. But people will be like, the celestial shades. I'm over here. Give me all that smoky goodness. Oh my gosh. But we're going to take this shade. This is Astral Ghost Orchid. It's not a white. I don't remember what it is. And we're going to see. I still don't know what it is. I don't know what color this is. I'm really hoping, I don't know, as far as her, if I do have a feeling she's going to make me redo it, but I do think the bruise looks good though. And it didn't say what age of the bruise. Because if you've ever had a bruise, which I'm sure all of us has, it changes color every day or every other day. And they didn't say like how old or how new the bruise was. But I'm hoping she likes it. I mean, I like it. I just don't know if it's too much. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I did a bruise. And I'm thinking it's like, I'm thinking it's too dark. But then if it's not a fresh bruise, because you'll get a bruise and after like 4 days, then it just gets really dark. So I'm hoping, I'll let y'all know. Hey, Dawn. So I'll let y'all know what her feedback was. So I did that today. Upper lash line and then mascara, did a lip. We have been getting faster, y'all. And even with all the talking, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. So with all that talking, like we're still looking to see if there's anything, well, shadow on my face. I'm thinking to do a red for my upper lash line. Because that'll bring out this color. So does that mean I'm doing a red lip? Not necessarily. Y'all know I just be making up stuff. So for a little while, until I get balanced, a lot of the lives will just be just a makeup look. And not more of the creative makeup. And I don't have any requests either. I can tell you I'm anxious about something. One of the last assignments is we have to do a creature. Tina Jones! Hey, how you doing today? So I'm already anxious about it, and I'm not anywhere near that part of the curriculum. We have to create a creature. And I'm just like, fuck. I told y'all already, I'm just like with this program. And I'm only on the second module. Sheesh. And it's because it's so different than just doing stuff on my own. I forgot that there are some haunts. How about a starfish? As your request for me to do a look? Is that what you're saying, Tina? Maybe the assignments will build you. Yeah, they do. That's why it's like near the end. Yeah, they do. They do. They do build up to that, but still. One of the classes is how to make prosthetics, so that's going to be interesting. But the kits do have a couple. I think it's like 2 or 3 or 4 in there. For a member request. Tina? Because if so, I'll write it down. I'll forget. Alright, let me write it down. So we are going to bring that out. I'm going to write this down before. Oh, for a creature. Okay, I don't need to write that down. A starfish for a creature? I'm going to need some door line to do this over here because this is kind of dry. Let me see if I can. I mean, it's picking up well on the brush. But is it going to? Oh, yeah, I can work with it. Okay. Keep looking to see if I'm rubbing my arm on my shirt. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I am nowhere near that yet. It's on my mind to send Leah Evangelista a message on Instagram that I may or may not be missing some of the collabs because I need to get a pattern down, get a rhythm going, balance out a little bit. I like this. So this is like a little punk element. Grunge punk. Yeah, I'm making up aesthetics here. So we're going to do the Lancome and then do Hella Thick from Fenty. What lip am I going to do? I'm thinking of that Supernova, but I think that might be too bright for what I want. Did I not have a lip out? Excuse me. I didn't have a lip out. What did I have for a lip? I don't know. We are doing a look with, well, we did a look with Pat McGrath, Mothership number 3, the Subversive palette. So nothing really crazy today. And the next couple looks, the next couple lives are going to be regular looks too. Because I just don't, I'm feeling overwhelmed a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. But I don't want to get to the place where I'm feeling overwhelmed a lot. So I'm doing what I can. Thank you. I'm doing what I can. Ooh, I feel sweat. That is such a gross feeling to me. I can feel sweat rolling down the room. Woo. Alright, lip. I was thinking of Ruby Woo for a minute, but that's like a bold kind of red. Y'all know I could do a black. This is Adder's Fork. This is that black and blurple. Do I want to just do just the black though? Ooh. My hair looks blacker? Because you know why it's growing. I need to cut it. Thank you for the hearts. We're going to do this one. This is sensible. Mulled wine magic, described as matte deep brown wine. This would pull out this, but I'm liking this one because it's different. Yeah, the other one was too matchy for me. So we're gonna. I got this Sephora red. You were correct. It isn't blue red at all. Yeah, I was like, and to me it didn't look like it was, but then because my eye perceives color different, it may have been, like, I don't know, but yeah. So we're gonna put this on Mulled Wine Magic Matte Deep Brown Wine is what it's described as. I ain't gonna do that. I did not aim to do that. I ain't gonna do that either. I'm just like all over the place. So what we're gonna do is overline. This is looking crazy. This is Skinny Queen's son-in-law. Have bad news. Uh-oh. If you haven't heard, she hasn't. If you haven't, yeah, we did realize it. And actually, earlier today, somebody had mentioned it. Yeah, every now and then I'll mention it too. Like, Skinny hasn't been here in a while. Tell him janky. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for letting us know. Damn it. So we overlined over here to cover that up, and it's looking to me weird. So I'm gonna bring this side down. That's the other side. Oh, well, thank you for saying that. Oh, wow. So this is our look. I do think this was a good choice because y'all know I don't like the matchy. And I do think that other one would have looked nice. It would have pulled off of this red shade. But I'm glad we went with this shade. Believe in yourself. Hi, I'm okay. Just got some bad news, but I'm okay. But this is the look, y'all. So we use our Mothership number 3, which is the Subversive palette. And we used, not that it matters, I'm not even gonna count how many shades we used, but this is the look that we came up with. So different color placement. So we didn't go light to dark. Well, we started with light and then we just put on different colors. So then we have that light shade, this one, and then we did actually this one on the inner and outer corner, and then we put this one on the inside of that, and we put this in the center. So that's what we did today. Yep, so this is the look that we did, and I appreciate y'all being here. Replay crew, you know that y'all rock, and so just circle back, or those who came later in the chat, circle back to see what you missed, and we're going to go for now. So everyone have a good day, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, and we will be back here. Today is Thursday. We'll be back here on Monday. Thank you, believe in yourself. And yeah, I'm kind of sad. That's why I'm just like, my whole voice tone is kind of low right now. But we're going to go, and I'm going to eat, and then do some homework, and that'll be that. Thank you for all the hearts, and thank you for all the gifts. And you all will see me on Monday. So everybody have a good weekend, the best you can. Stay hydrated if it's hot where you are. And always a lot of information down below in the description box, and so do check that out. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Trollnation way. I thought I had lipstick on my teeth. I don't. Yes, I did. The hell? How you get over there? As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy Trollnation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon. Bye.